So it's your help that I seek first. As today, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America. I do it with incredible reluctance, and it makes me angry. I'm angry with myself for having been put myself in the position of having to make this choice.
How did Joe Biden's 1988 presidential campaign completely collapse over the course of just 3.5 months? On June 9, 1987, Senator Joe Biden formally declared his candidacy for the Democratic presidential nomination. On September 23, 1987, Biden withdrew from the race after a spectacular collapse. Biden, who at one point had been one of the favorites to win the Democratic nomination, was forced to shamefully withdraw from the race after being hit with plagiarism and exaggeration claims. Joe Biden, the senator from Delaware, was pegged as a popular early choice to win the Democratic nomination thanks to his appeal to middle-class workers and excellent communication skills. The Biden presidential campaign started to disintegrate on September 12, 1987, when two publications, including the New York Times, accused Biden of having borrowed liberally from a speech given by British Labour leader Neil Kinnock. Let's take a look at the similar speeches.
Why is Glenys the first woman in her family, in 1,000 generations, to be able to get the university?
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Was it because they were weak? Those people who could work 8 hours underground and then come up and play football?
Is it because they didn't work hard? My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania and would come up after 12 hours and play football for 4 hours?
It was because there was no platform upon which they could stand.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
Biden was also accused of fabricating his family's past to match Kinnock's story. Journalists started smelling blood in the water and looked more closely into Biden's past speeches. Biden was found to have borrowed from President John F. Kennedy's inauguration speech in 1961. Let's look at the speeches from Biden and then from JFK.
Let us pledge that our generation of Americans will pay any price, bear any burden, accept any challenge, and meet any hardship to secure the blessings of prosperity and the promise of opportunity for our children.
Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
Biden, for his part, claimed that he had given credit to Kinnock for his speech in the past, though had forgotten to do so during a Democratic debate at the Iowa State Fair. To make matters even worse for the Biden campaign, news networks revealed that he had failed a course during his first year of law school at the University of Syracuse after being accused of plagiarism. He was allowed to retake the test and ended up passing. Biden also claimed that he had graduated in the top half of his law class. He had earned a full scholarship. He had received 3 degrees. These were all proven to be outright lies or partial truths. In fact, Biden finished 76th out of 85 people in his law class. In the end, the Joe Biden for President campaign had gone completely off the rails over the course of just 3.5 months. This was a spectacular implosion for a man who was seen as one of the front-runners to lead the Democrats against the Republicans in the 1988 presidential election. The scandal wouldn't hurt Biden's career. Biden would win re-election for his Senate seat and would eventually go on to serve as both Vice President and President of the United States. The 1988 presidential campaign, however, was a complete disaster for Biden.
On the political scene, one of the Democratic candidates is Senator Joseph Biden. Have you seen the problem he's been having? He went around and made a speech. And apparently, he quoted I think it was a British politician, took his speech and kind of paraphrased it as his own. And then the press got on him, and then he was charged also with taking part of Bobby Kennedy's speeches. And Biden says, not to worry, he reassured his staff. He said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself.